Good evening, friends. I'm CV Sharma back with another video. And today our topic of discussion is about the cross product of vectors, or it's called a vector product. So what is cross product of vectors? Quickly we'll go through this. Cross product of vector, or it's called vector product of two vectors, is defined as the product of the magnitude of the two vectors with the sign of the smaller angle between them. It's like if a bar and b bar are two vectors, then their vector product is defined as a bar cross b bar and is read as a bar cross b bar. It's denoted as a bar cross b bar, that is mod a bar mod b bar sine theta into n cap. This n cap is the unit vector in the direction of a bar cross b bar, and it is the and its direction, this n cap has a direction perpendicular to the plane of the vectors and is in the sense of advancement of the right hand screw rotated from the first vector to the second vector through the smaller angle between them. So it is c bar is mod a bar mod b bar sine theta into n cap. I'll explain what is this one. This is very simple but very useful, So where n cap is a unit vector along c bar. So the corkscrew rule is what I'm going to explain this one. So let us say this is a vector b bar cross a bar. Okay, I will explain a bar cross b bar first of all. And here what is depicted is b bar cross a bar. Okay, I'll explain that. How do we do that? Okay, so here, so unless I draw this, you will not be able to get this as well. So let us see this. We have one line. First, let me draw this. This is an axis. This is called axis. Let's call this axis of rotation. Axis of rotation. And here you assume that we assume that we are attaching two sticks like this. Two sticks. Okay. So I attach some two sticks here. So let me say that this is my vector a bar and this is my vector b bar. And now the angle between the vectors, ensure that these vectors are like they are matched with the tails. So the first thing is the first step one is that ensure that the vectors ensure that the vectors having tails match. Okay. So this is the first thing I want you to ensure. Ensure that you draw the vector so that the tails are matching. And now this angle is theta. That is the smaller of the angles. So the other one is the reflex angle. We should not consider the reflex angle. And now this, I said this is the axis of rotation. Imagine this one. And now why this axis of rotation? I'll explain this. And now this axis I want to turn like this. So when I turn this axis like this, a bar is aligned in the direction of b bar. So that's what we do. So that this turn, assume that this axis of rotation is like a screw. The screw is something like this. So we assume this screw is like this. Okay, this is a screw. Listen to this carefully. It's very important. This is a screw. This is the thread of the screw. And now this is the bottom of the screw. And now what you have to do is that you have a screwdriver here. The screwdriver here. With the screwdriver, you have to turn in such a way that a bar will be aligned to b bar. So when you turn in this direction, that means you turn like this towards from like this. This turning is from the left of you to right of you. So that like this. So when you turn like this, so when you do that, so the screw will be advanced upwards, right? I hope you understood. With this thread, the screw, you are tightening the screw. So always you have to tighten the screw. Okay, you should not loosen the screw, you should tighten the screw. So when you're tightening the screw will advance in this upward direction. So that's the direction of a bar cross b bar. So when you are aligning in this process, you align A bar with B bar. So you align A bar with B bar. It may be confusing initially, you will understand this. So I would say that the B bar is fixed stick. So assume that B bar is a fixed stick, and then A bar is a kind of a stick which can be rotated along with the screw. A bar is a kind of stick which can be rotated along with the screw. Rotated along with the screw. So when you do that, when you do this alignment, A bar will align to B bar. By doing so, it crosses the angle theta. So to do that, this rotation, you will generate the A bar cross B bar, a vector, and the screw will advance upwards. That is the direction of A bar cross B bar. So that will be the direction of A bar cross B bar. And this can be done by the right hand thumb rule also. Yeah, there's many ways of doing this. Okay, that we'll explain that later. This is the fundamental idea of how to use the right hand thumb rule. That we'll see later. First, let's understand this corkscrew rule. And I felt this is very easy. And right hand thumb rule is also very easy. You can do that. And it's like right hand thumb rule is like on the palm. You keep the vector B bar on your palm, and the fingers you fold the fingers in such a way, and thumb will show the direction of the movement. Thumb will show the direction of the cross product, the B bar, the A bar and B bar. So that is the idea of right hand rule. So you had to adjust on the right hand, you have to have the B bar. So in this condition, if you have to apply the right hand thumb rule, what you have to do is you keep the vector A bar on your right hand palm, and then the B bar if you keep on your fingers, and then you have to close the fingers. This is how you can see that the A bar cross B bar. So that is a and then the alignment is opposite direction when you keep here, and then that probably you may have to see that right hand thumb is like this. In this condition, maybe you can see this. I hope so. So this is the axis of rotation, let us say. Axis of rotation. This is the axis of rotation, and then maybe you have to keep like this one vector. So let us say this vector is my B bar, and this is the next direction I am showing. This is how the right hand thumb rule we use. So here is my vector A bar, just like this. And now you keep this is the angle. This is the angle between the vectors, that is theta. So the next condition is that now it's possible. You keep your fingers, your thumb. This is your hand. Okay. So I have to draw. This is your fingers. The fingers of your forefinger, every fingers. Okay, every fingers have to point out the direction of A bar. And now your thumb upwards. You can see that your thumb is upwards. And now your palm will have this vector. Your palm will have this vector. And now once you close the fingers, that means you align A bar with B bar. In doing so, you align A bar with B bar. So when you do that, your thumb is pointing upwards, right? This thumb will show the direction A bar cross B bar. This is the A bar cross B bar. This is called right hand thumb rule. So we can do that. This is the other way of seeing the A bar cross B bar, the cross product. So this is the ideas I want to impose so that you will all understand this cross products. And what is this cross product will do? The cross product will do that. Let OACB is a parallelogram. Let O is the origin. Let OA bar is A bar and OB bar is B bar. Let angle AOB is theta. They have considered some vectors like this. And now area of the parallelogram is 2 times the area of the triangle OAB. That is 2 times AB sine theta. That is the cross product A bar cross B bar is a cross product that will generate the area of the parallelogram having the A bar having the sides A bar and B bar. So that is what is the cross product does. A bar cross B bar will generate the area of the parallelogram. So basically that also shows that area is a vector. Thus A bar cross B bar is a vector whose modulus is the area of the parallelogram, and A bar cross B bar will give the direction of the area also. And modulus of the whose modulus is the area of the parallelogram formed by the two vectors as the adjacent sides, and the direction is perpendicular to both A bar and B bar. So the direction perpendicular to A bar and B bar gives the direction of the area which is formed by the vectors A bar and B bar. So that area of the parallelogram what you form. So that is a parallelogram here. So this is the parallelogram. You can see that this is the A bar and this is the B bar. And you draw the parallel lines. This is the B bar and this is the A bar, and that's how you generate the parallelogram. And now the area of the parallelogram is A bar cross B bar, and half of the area of the parallelogram gives the area of this triangle OBA. So this triangle area as well as this triangle area is just the half of, so area of the triangle formed by A bar and B bar. The area of triangle formed by A bar and B bar. This is the formula you have to remember. That is half mod A bar cross B bar. That is the area of the triangle, magnitude of area. And now area of parallelogram formed by A bar and B bar, that is given by modulus of A bar cross B bar. That's the magnitude. And the A bar cross B bar gives us the magnitude of A bar cross B bar, that gives us the area of the parallelogram formed by the vectors A bar and B bar. And now let us move on further. Thus A bar cross B bar is a vector whose modulus is the area of the parallelogram formed by the two vectors as the adjacent sides and direction is perpendicular to both A bar and B bar. So what are the properties of the cross product? How do we do the cross product? We'll come to that. So what are the properties of cross product? Cross product has two vectors is not commutative. A bar cross B bar is not equal to B bar cross A bar. In fact, A bar cross B bar is equal to negative of B bar cross A bar. The cross product is not associative. A bar cross B bar cross C bar is not equal to A bar cross B bar cross C bar. Cross product to be distributive law, A bar cross B bar plus C bar is A bar cross B bar plus A bar cross C bar. Now, let us move on. The theta should be in the interval 0 to pi. If theta equal to 0 or pi radians, it means two vectors are collinear. That means the cross product A bar cross B bar is equal to 0. If they are collinear vectors, A bar cross B bar equal to 0. And conversely, A bar cross B bar is equal to 0, then the A bar and B bar are parallel provided A bar and B bar are non-zero vectors. This may be regarded as a test to decide whether the two given vectors are parallel or not. So A bar cross B bar is equal to 0 refers to the vectors A bar and A bar is parallel to the top B bar. So this is the test you can do for the to say whether the given vectors are parallel to each other or not. So these are some of the simple things. You can pause the video and then make a note of it. These things. If theta equal to 90, then A bar cross B bar, that cross product will be maximum if theta equal to 90 because sin 90 is equal to 1. So mod A bar, mod B bar, and n cap multiplied by n cap. N cap is the unit vector in the direction of A bar cross B bar. Now the vector product of any vector itself is 0. So A bar cross A bar is equal to 0. So these are the things, because why it is like this. So let's work out A bar cross A bar. If you take, that's mod A bar into mod A bar, and what is the angle between A bar and A bar? That is sin 0. Okay, 0 sin 0 is 0 because A bar and A bar will make same angle, will make the angle 0. So they don't make any angle, so it's 0 because sin 0 is 0. Entire cross product goes to 0. Okay, and the cross product is maximum when theta equal to 90. These are some of the things which you all have to remember. And now If theta equal to 0 or pi, it means that the two vectors are collinear, a bar cross b bar equal to 0. For collinear vectors, you get the cross product to be 0, and conversely, a bar cross b bar equal to 0, then the vectors a bar and b bar are parallel provided a bar and b bar are non-zero vectors. So that means neither a bar should be 0 nor b bar should be 0. So under that condition, a bar cross b bar equal to 0, then you can say that the vectors are parallel. Okay, you can say the vectors are parallel. And now let's go. If theta equal to 90, then a bar cross b bar, you have the maximum. Cross product is maximum. The vector product of any vector itself is 0. So if a bar cross b bar equal to 0, then either a bar equal to 0, b bar equal to 0, or a bar is parallel to b bar if nothing is given to you. Okay. And if a bar and b bar are unit vectors, then a bar cross b bar is nothing but sine theta into n cap, where n cap is the unit vector in the direction of a bar cross b bar. Now the cross product of the unit vectors I, j, k, I cross I, j cross j, k cross k is 0, and I cross j is equal to k cap. So that is k cap, and then that is equal to minus j cross I. J cross k is I cap, that is equal to minus k cross j. K cross I is equal to j cap, or that is equal to minus k cross j. Okay, cross product k cross I is minus k cross j. So this is okay. K cross I is equal to minus k cross I. K cross, sorry, here some problem. I cross k, it should be negative of I cross k. So this is the correct one. J cross k minus k cross j, and then k cross I is equal to j, that is equal to minus I cross k. Okay, so how do we remember this particular result? So this can be done by something called circular method of finding the cross product. So in the circle we write like this. So I, j, k like this, and then we put the dash like this. I mean, we put the direction like this in anti-clockwise. Now the thing is I cross j. If you are following this anti-clockwise direction, then you all get the positive values. That is the idea. So suppose, let me take I cross j. If I am taking this is how I am taking the cross product. And now I am following this particular path, so I get k. So simply. Now, if I take I cross k, j cross I, that is I am following the reverse path. So when I am following the reverse path, I am going to get the negative answer. So that is the case. I cross j is equal to k. Now, if I take the reverse path, that is j cross I, that is equal to minus k. Like this, you can remember. Now, let us do the next one. So seeing the circle itself, you can see this. I, j, k, like this, you have to write first. And now, let us do this j cross k. So j cross k, I am following the same anti-clockwise direction. So the answer is I cap. So since I am following the anti-clockwise direction, j cross k will be equal to plus I cap. And now if I follow opposite to that, then k cross j becomes minus I cap. As simple as that. And now the third thing, let us see the third thing. If I do k cross I, then I get simply j cap. If I do reverse of that, I cross k, then I will get minus I cap. So that is what is depicted here. That is what is circular method of finding the cross products. So here that is depicted. I cross j, j cross k, k cross I will follow this anti-clockwise trend. Okay, they follow anti-clockwise trend. Okay, and these follow this clockwise trend. They follow clockwise trend. So once they follow the clockwise trend, you are going to get the negative answers. Anti-clockwise trend will give the positive answers. That is the circle method of finding the cross products. So this is the one. Okay, I hope it's clear. Now vector product. So how do we do the vector product? So a bar cross b bar I want to do. So like this, you get the 9 terms. So here you are prone to get 9 terms. In that 9 terms, you will get 3 terms get cancelled. What are those 3 terms get cancelled? Here, the 3 terms are I cross I will be 0, and j cross k, j cross j will be 0, and k cross k will be 0 because they are parallel to each other. So they are coplanar, they are parallel to each other. So you get like this. Rest of the 6 terms will sustain. In order to do that, we do this determinant method. In the determinant method, we write the plus minus plus. I think I discussed the determinant method in my earlier videos. Please refer to that. So plus minus plus we'll put, and then close where the I cap, close the column and row where I cap is present, and do B1 C2 minus B2 C1. Like this you have to do. So I cap into B1 C2 minus B2 C1. So minus J cap into where J cap is present, the row and column you close, and A1 C2 minus A2 C1. That's it. A1 C2 minus A2 C1. Like this you can write. And now the third thing, K cap into A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Like this you have to do. So where is K cap present? That row and column you have to close, and then here plus sign is there, plus minus plus. Like this you have to put. Where a plus K cap, and close the row and column where K cap is present, and then you do like this, A1 B2 minus A2 B1. So A1 B2 minus A2 B1. So like this we will solve the cross product of the vectors. So in a simple way, those who are well versed with the determinants, you know this one, this forms a 2 by 2 determinant here, and this 2 by 2 determinant, if you have a 2 by 2 determinant ABCD, you can evaluate this 2 by 2 by solving AD minus BC. This is what you do. If you are well versed with the matrices and determinants, and this is nothing actually for you. So that is it for the beginners. It may be a little bit difficult, and I don't think initially I think I explained these things with some simple examples. So what is the application of the cross product? You can refer to the earlier videos how to solve the determinant. If you have doubts, you can always comment in the comment section stating that if you are having certain doubts regarding how to solve the determinant, I will explain that in a separate video over there. And now let us see this application of the cross product. It is, cross product can be used to find the torque. Torque is R cross F. So R cross F is torque. Moment of that is called moment of force is the cross product of the position vector of the point and application point of application of the force, where R bar is the position vector of the point of application and FB is the force vector. So that is how you find the torque. So how do we do that? We have some examples here. Find the unit vector perpendicular to these vectors. So this is the question what we have. And now to solve this very clear, let us say C bar is the vector, A bar cross B bar is what we have to do. And now how to find A bar cross B bar? First of all, let's do the task. A bar cross B bar, I, J, K, like this we'll write. And again, first vector. So the first vector is having, what are the coefficients of the first vector? 2, 3, minus 1. So 2, 3, here minus 1 should be there. Here it's wrongly printed, it's minus 1 here, 2, 3, minus 1. This is the first vector. A second vector is 1, minus 1, minus 1. So 1, minus 1 should be here. Minus 1. So those are the vectors. So here you can write, I'll write this 2, 3, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. And again, solve for I, you put the plus, minus, plus, like this. So here we go. 3 into minus 1, that is minus 3, and minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. Like here, I think the problem they have given wrong here. Sorry for that. And accordingly, we'll change the problem. The problem should contain, this is the plus, and here also plus. Then I think this is the question which is asked, and let's write the vectors here. I will confirm the vectors. Vector is A bar is 2i cap plus 3j cap plus k cap. This is the vector. And B bar is I cap minus j cap plus k cap. This is the vectors which is considered. It is printed wrongly here. Please don't mind about that. So this is the vectors which is taken. As per this vectors, you see this. This is how we write. So ijk first, and then first vector coefficients 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and B1 minus 1, 1, 1 minus 1, 1, and then you have to find the cross product. Okay. And now here you put plus, minus, plus, and then start finding the determinant. And how do you find the determinant? It is like this: I cap into 3 into 1, that is 3, minus 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, minus of minus is plus, so 3 plus 1 here. So everywhere you had to do AD minus BC type. So this is the one you have AD, BC, ABCD, sorry. You have ABCD like this, and you had to do AD, this one first, and then this one, AD minus BC. So that's how you had to do like that. And then 3 into 1, minus of 1, minus 1 into minus 1, that is minus 1, minus of minus is plus. So that's how you get 3 plus 1, that is 4. Next, minus j cap. So you have minus j cap into this one. So that is 2 into minus 1, that is minus 2, minus 3. So, sorry, 2 into minus 1, this is what? This we leave. So 2 into minus 1, that is minus 2. And 1 into 1 is minus 1. So here you get minus. So this is minus of minus, that would be plus 3 j cap. I think that this problem is wrong completely. This problem is wrong completely. So this is how to do. Anyway, I'll explain with the new one here. As per this is this answer. What is shown here is wrong. I'll calculate as per this. So this is wrong. I explain this here. So I cap into. So the first one is. So this is like this. You close. I cap. Oh, I have some problem. Okay. So plus minus plus. Let us put like this. I cap into. So close where the I is present. 3 into 1, that is 3. And minus into minus of minus 1 into minus 1, that is minus 1. And minus 1 into minus 1 is this one. Minus of minus is plus. Minus j cap into, you have minus j cap into 2 into 1, that is 2. And 1 into 1, that is minus 1 here, right? Plus k cap into, you have plus k cap into, you have, so close this one and this one, and 2 into minus 1, that is minus 2, and 2 into minus 1, that is minus 2, and 1 into 3, that is 3. So minus 3 over here. So this happens to be like 2 minus 1 is 1. So that's minus j cap. I into, you have 3 plus 1, that is 4 I cap. And here you have minus j cap. And you have k cap plus k cap into minus 5. Yeah, we got the right one. 4 I cap minus j cap plus 5 cap. Yeah, right answer. And then you have to take the cross product, the modulus of this cross product. Modulus of this cross product is nothing but square root of 4 square minus 1 whole square minus 5 square. The vectors they have given wrongly here. That vectors I am writing once again. The vector should be like a bar is 2 I cap plus 3 j cap plus k cap. This is a vector, and then b bar happens to be like I cap minus j cap plus k cap. The problem they have given it wrongly. These are the vectors. Please copy this and then try this. You are going to get this. The answers what they have given is correct only. Checked up that. Now a bar cross b bar refers to this one. That modulus of the vector, that is 4 square plus 1 square plus 5 square. So that is square root 42 is what you are going to get. And now let us move on further. So the unit vector, desired required unit vector is a bar cross b bar divided by mod a bar cross b bar. That is 1 by root 42, 4 I cap minus j cap minus 5 k cap. So the vector divided by its modulus, that gives you the unit vector. Now the next question happens to be this. This is let a force F bar is acting on a body free to rotate about a point O, and R bar is the position vector of any point P on the line of action of force. The torque of this force about the O is defined as torque is equal to R plus F. Given F is this and R bar is this, find the torque. torque is R plus F. You can find this by just writing IJK once again. So R is 1 minus 1 6. So 1 minus 1 6 here it's given correctly. And then F is 2 3 minus 1, 2 3 minus 1 you have, and then it's plus minus plus, you have to do like this. So I cap into this 1 into minus 1 is 1 here, and 3 6 are 18. So 1 minus 18 here. So J cap into, you have J cap minus J cap. You can write minus J cap into, you have this 1 into minus 1. That happens to be minus 1 minus 2 times 6, that is 12. Or what they have done is writing plus J cap and then do DA minus, instead of AD minus BC, you do BC minus AD in the second case. So that's what they have done here. Don't worry about that. You follow the methodology, what I'm telling you, that is sufficient. And then plus here, plus K cap into 1 into 3 minus 2 into minus 1. So once you do this, this is the answers what you are going to get. So that is K cap into 3 plus 2. So this is how you get the torque as this 17 minus 17 I cap plus 3 J cap plus 5 K cap Newton meter. So this is how you do. So that's the end of the vectors and scalars. I gave the glimpse of how to do the cross product and the dot products. And if you have any queries or something, and this is the brain map of the things what we have done here. And this is the first thing is the resultant of the vectors by the triangle law is A bar plus B bar, that is mod A P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta, that is mod A bar A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, and the tan alpha, the angle it makes is Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. So that same kind of stuff which is represented over here. A bar minus B bar is nothing but A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. Multiplication of vectors, you have the dot product as well as cross products, so which I just discussed in the earlier videos and this video. And now you have the so these are the earlier things which where you have the error analysis. This is pertaining to error analysis. I gave this already. So that's where we end this scalars and vectors and as well as units and dimensions. Hope you like the lecture. If there are any mistakes, you can recommend to me and then come back to me. And thank you all. Thanks for watching the video. It's a longer one, I think. And hope you like, and then do subscribe the channel and for the more updates, and hit the bell for more updates, and then subscribe and share with among your friends, and then make this channel a bigger hit. Thank you all.